Hello folks, welcome to Cyberblocks. Before starting the video, let me confirm you one thing. In this channel or in this video, we are not going to teach you anything related to trading or any part of financial things. This is only to teach you what is blockchain and other technologies. So let's get started with our video. Today we are going to dive into a fantastic topic. What is blockchain? Whether you have heard of it in the context of Bitcoin, finance, or technology, we are going to break down exactly what it is and why it is such a big deal. If you it is a decentralized ledger which spread across the vast network of computer called nodes across the world. So what does that mean? It is a decentralized ledger, means it is not at all controlled by a single party or a single person, and it whatever the data is there on the blockchain, it is spread across the different computers. Those computers who are part of the blockchain network are called nodes. If you take an example of notebooks are stored in a single place, or you can say library, or whoever owns that thing, that is a single storage. And when it comes to blockchain, it is distributed across the world on a different computers. At its core, blockchain is a series of blocks. We'll see what is a block, and those blocks are connected with the help of a cryptography. And we'll also look into what is a cryptography and all. For the basic understanding, you can just think of it as a blockchain is a collection of blocks which are connected to each other using a technology called cryptography. Blockchain has four main features, and what are those features are transparency, immutability, decentralization, and security. So let's look into each of them. First one is decentralization. In traditional systems like banks, there is one central authority that records all the transactions. For example, if you are transferring some amount of money from your account to my account, then the bank is going to approve that transaction and it is going to record that certain person X have sent some amount to person Y. But in the blockchain, there is no central authority. Instead, everyone, whoever is a part of the network, they will have a copy of that entire ledger. When a new transactions happens, it get recorded across all those nodes. Suppose you're going and doing a transaction over this node. In the slide you can see now, I'm pointing a cursor. If you are doing a transaction, suppose you are sending one Bitcoin from your account to my account, and it gets recorded on this node. So from that node, it will be copied to all the other nodes in the network. It goes like this. Suppose the transaction happen on this node, then the same copy will be same data copied to the its neighbor node as well. So what are the its neighbor nodes? This node, and this node. So whatever the transaction that you made now, that transaction will be recorded on this node, and the same transaction will be copied on the ledgers of its neighbor nodes as well, and it goes on. So whatever the transaction happens, it will be copied to all the ledgers which are present in the network. So let's see what is the difference between a decentralized system and a centralized system. In centralized system, a single party will have the control over entire thing. Means a single entity or party will be controlling the entire process. In decentralized system, no single authority will have a control over the system. In the centralized system, in the such as bank, the data is not at all transparent. In a decentralized network, whatever the transaction is there, it will be get recorded on each nodes. So even there is a tampering of the data has been done on the single node, other nodes will have a copy of that. So it is little bit, more secure when compared to the centralized one. The tampering of the data in decentralized network is impossible to. It is not impossible to tamper, but it is very hard when compared to the centralized one. So next feature is transparent. Because the blockchain is a public and shared across all the nodes, every transaction is visible to all. It's like each party has a view of the entire ledger. This transparency builds a trust among the like whoever are doing the transactions and all. No, it builds trust among them. All the transactions which are happening on the blockchain, they can be verified whether this transaction has occurred or not. Even though the blockchain is transparent, the personal informations like your keys and all, whatever the private keys and public keys we will be having, and other personal information, those will remain secure. Only the transaction data and cryptographic signatures are visible to everyone, so that if anyone come and verify your transaction, whether this transaction has occurred or not. So this is about transparency. Let's see what is immutability. The third most feature of blockchain is immutability. Once the information is recorded on blockchain, it is almost impossible to change it. This is because each block connected to its previous block using something called hash, so which acts like a digital fingerprint for the blockchain. We'll see how they are connected, how they are connected to each other in a while with an example when we are going to see how security works. If someone is trying to change the data in their block, then the hash of that block will change, and the chain, whatever the chain is forming, that chain will be uh, breaked. So it is not impossible, so it is very hard to tamper the data on the blockchain. Like we can say it is almost impossible to change. So let's see what is security. For the security purpose, blockchain uses something called cryptography. Cryptography is nothing but encrypting and decryption of the data is cryptography in simple terms. It is not an exact technical definition of that, but for now, time being, we can say that it is an encryption and decryption part of the security. So, for the encryption and decryption, blockchain uses a tool called SHA-256. If you go to Google and search for SHA-256, there are other encryption and decryption tools as well in the market, but Bitcoin blockchain uses SHA-256. Let's see SHA-256 in action. This is the input field, and this is the output, which is the cryptographic hash which is going to be generated for my each input. Suppose I'm giving a word A. See, just letter A has generated entire 64 bits of the hash. The length of this hash is 64 bits. Let's confirm that. See, uh, I have copied I have copied this thing and pasted here in the I've stored in the letter A, and console, I mean, log the length of that character. I mean, this entire characters. Whatever the hash is generated now, this is a alphanumeric one. So it will consist of numbers and characters as well. The length of the this alphanumeric hash is 64 bits. So doesn't matter how many words you are giving in the input, it will always generate a 64 bits hash, and it will be different for different inputs. Suppose if I'm giving A, it will always generate this starting with CA9797 and ending with 8BB. So for a similar input, it will always generate a similar output. Suppose if I'm remember this, for the small a, it is generating CA97 and ending with 8BB. if I see give us capital A, see, even if I'm giving the capital A, it is giving a different output. It is starting with 599 and ending with FFD. So whatever the input you are giving, even if it is a space, see, even if it is, if I'm giving just a space, you have seen, right? Even for the space, it consider as a character, and for each different input, it provides a different output. The difference might be a single space or anything, and it will always generate a 64 bits, sorry, 64 bits hash. What is a block? Block in a blockchain is something which consists of the transactions or the other the data which you are putting on the blockchain. So what blockchain will do will take that entire data and put in this hash, sorry, SHA-256, and this will generate a hash of for that data, that particular data. Once this is generated, the same hash will be provided in its following, I mean the next block. A block in a blockchain is nothing but it consists of the all the data related to that particular block, like whatever the transaction you are making. So all those transaction will go inside a single block. So if you are making a transaction now, that will get recorded in one block, and whatever the available block is there, that will get recorded in that particular block. The hash of the first block and put it in its following block. So each block has its previous hash, hash of its previous block, and its own hash. Like this, they are connected. If there is some tampering, like say there are 10, for now, say there are 10 blocks in our network, and there is some tampering happened in the block number 8. So whatever the data which was previously generated, I mean this SHA-256 ka hash, that will change if someone tampers with the data. Say the data which is in the block number 8 is cyber blocks. Now someone is coming and tampering the data. When I give the cyber blocks here, it generates a hash which is starting from 26 and ending from 26. Now, if someone comes and change a data, let's do a minor change. I'll just make this C to the capital C. Now what happened is it changed. The hash of this one changed. So now this hash will not match with neighbor or whatever the following block is there. That will have the previously recorded hash. So this will not match with this current one. Then there will be a problem. This indicates that there is some tampering happened with the data in the blockchain. So this was the overview of what is blockchain. To recap, blockchain is a decentralized, transparent, and immutable digital ledger which cannot be tampered or anyone cannot tamper it. So it is highly secure. That's it for this video. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more such interesting topics on blockchain and other technologies. Let us know in the comments what other blockchain questions you have, and we'll cover them in the future videos. Thank you.